Hello everybody, I am Dr. Diksha Gijwani from Department of Public Health Dentistry, Surendra Dental College. Today we are discussing about the module 4, that is cohort study. This is also an second type of analytical study. It has 4 types, that is prospective study, longitudinal study, incidence study and forward-looking study. It having 3 features, that is cohort identified prior to the investigation, study group observed over a period of time, and the most important thing is cause to effect. Before starting cohort study, we have to first know what is cohort. Cohort are the group of people who share common characteristic or experience within a defined time period. For example, age, sex, school children. This is the framework of cohort study. In cohort study, we take two groups related to exposing factor like smoking. So, first group is exposed to smoke and second group is non-exposed to smoke, in which we find out the disease, that is maybe oral cancer or lung disease is present, and last is the total. This is the framework of the cohort study basically. There are types of cohort study, that is prospective cohort study, that is also a current study, retrospective cohort study, and the combination of retrospective and prospective study. There are 5 elements of cohort study. First is the selection of study subjects, obtaining data on exposure, selection of comparison group, analysis and follow-up. Selection of study subject, it can be general population and the special groups like professional group, government employees or exposure groups. Second, the obtaining data on exposure. It can be information gathered from cohort members through personal interviews and mailed questionnaire, review of records, medical examination or special test, and environmental surveys. Now, selection of comparison group can be done on internal comparison, external comparison, comparison with general population rates. Most important step in the cohort study is the follow-up. Periodical medical examination of each member of the cohort, reviewing physician and hospital records, routine surveillance of death records, mailed questionnaires, telephone calls, periodic home visits on annual basis. Last and important step is the analysis. Incident rate of outcome amongst exposed and non-exposed, and second is the estimation of risk. So first is the incidence rate. So in incidence rate, we can see there are 2 groups which are one is taking smoking and one is not doing smoking, and which we have find out the lung cancer, 70 having a lung cancer in 7,000 and 3 having a lung cancer in 3,000 of non-smokers. So as we find out, the incidence is A divided by A plus B, that is 70 divided by 7,000, which shows 10 per 1,000 population having a lung cancer. In non-smokers, 3 divided by C plus D, that is 1 per 1,000 population having a lung cancer. Now from that we can find out the relative risk. Relative risk is the incidence of disease among exposed divided by incidence of disease among non-exposed, which is, as we doing the example, that is 10 divided 1 is equal to 10. The smokers are 10 times at greater risk of developing cancer. Next important step is find out attributable risk. The difference in the incidence rates between exposed and non-exposed group, it also known as risk difference. Attribute risk can be calculated as incident rate among exposed minus incidence rate among non-exposed divided by incident rate among exposed into 100. It gives us a percentage ki how many person having a problem, that is 10 minus 1 divided 10 into 100. What does it mean? It indicates to what extent disease can be attributed to the exposure and suggests the amount of disease that might be eliminated if factor could be controlled. Now, what are the advantages? Incidence can be calculated, several outcomes can be studied, relative risk and biases are minimized. Disadvantages are large number of people, long time, administrative problem, loss of staff, loss of population like migration or death, selection of comparison group, changes in the standard methods or diagnostic criteria, expensive, alter people behavior and ethical problems. Now this is a table showing two different analytical studies, that is case control study and the cohort study. So case control study shows effect to cause and cohort study shows cause to effect. Case control starts with disease. Cohort studies starts with people exposed. Case control studies can be done in few subjects, and cohort study required large number of subjects. Case control study give quick results, and cohort study give required long follow-up period. Case study has rare diseases. Cohort study is not suitable for the rarer diseases. Case study shows odd ratio, and cohort study shows incidence rate and relative risk. Case control study have no disease, one disease can be studied, but in cohort study more than one disease can be studied. Case control is inexpensive, but cohort study is expensive. So thank you so much, and thank you for patience listening. In last module we discussed about one more epidemiological study, that is experimental epidemiology. Thank you.